So first of all, welcome to this podcast. So what we have kept the podcast name like Champion Podcast. The goal of this podcast is like we want to gather all our leaders because as a Champion is a conglomerate brand. So we have various verticals. Though we want to gather all the leaders, take the insights and how each of our brands are helping other business to scale up. So first of all, welcome to this podcast. So I just want to know a little bit about yourself. Can you please share some insight about you?
Thank you, Murugan, for inviting me for this podcast. My name is Mukundan. I've been in this company from 2003. I joined when I was a young teenager and grew up in this company to the level, at this level right now. But what keeps you growing is continuous learning, implementing it, and support your team, support the clients that we do other to the mission statement, enabling growth both for internal and external customers. That's what keeps you working out.
So what is a key learning experience?
In my 22 years of experience, what I got it was different places. Rome was not built in a day,
Correct.
right? You need to adapt to the changing environmental and organizational cultures all over, right? We are always been a homegrown, right? We should see the world from a different perspective. I would love to say that we should come out of a comfort zone and push yourself harder and see the world in a different bird's eye view. Then you know what can be done, what cannot be done. I was the same data guy, right? Now I moved to be in a different position today. It what makes you to see the view from a different view, a different bird's eye view. That's what makes you special. If you're being the same thing, you can't innovate or learn something or implement. What is my main success is, whatever I try to learn, I try to implement it. Whether it succeeds or fails is secondary. But adapting fast, implementing it fast, and then you know the results. Whether it's success, repeat it. Whether it's fail, what are the learnings from it? That is the most important thing what I learned in my 20 years of career.
Great. You mentioned like you started as a data guy.
Yeah.
So we know your journey like from data guy to become this position board of member, right? Now, how was the transition first of all, becoming data guy, then transition to sales, then go deal with the marketing side of it, still being part of the sales side, and also of late doing more of this data science workshops and all. So how this journey looks like first of all from data guy to data person to now?
See, I still say that data has always been my bread and butter, right? I've been very much a propaganda of data-driven decision making. A most important thing that is going to be the future for everyone. Anybody can see the numbers on a slide or an Excel sheet. What does that numbers mean to a C-level in a boardroom? A data guy comes and gives that numbers. It doesn't matter anything when you don't know what is that going to implement it, right? What is the implementation from that numbers is the most important thing what we learn. But when you see the transition, I've been keeping upgrading myself and get into mentoring youths a lot, right? From Gen Zs and millennials, Gen Z alphas, I learn a lot.
Great.
If you don't learn from each and everyone in your journey, I learn from everyone. There are a lot of coaches, there are a lot of people on my way in India and Singapore, right? If you don't learn from all of them, you can't implement anything. And as a community service, I do mentor around 2,000 youths. I'm being a youth chair for Singapore, Malaysia, and Brunei, where I learn a lot from them. Apart from that, they do invite me to speak on a couple of events and other stuff, where I learn through the networking session. You build your own network, where you're branding yourself as well as the champions group there. That is my entire goal. That's what I've been doing on.
Great. Initially you mentioned we need to come out from the comfort zone, right? And also mentioned you've been working with a lot of the Gen Z alphas now, the code word. No? Is it really challenging to deal with them of late, right? So how do you see you aligning with them and getting the best of it? What are the challenges you see with them? And what are the best part of them also?
See, I'll tell you, anybody in the Gen Z Alpha will see that I know only this part, I'll learn it and implement it and try it and burn it and burn it out, right? See, I'll give you one example. It may be a joke. 90% of the things what you learn in your college or school, you don't do it at your job.
Correct.
Correct. But what that gives you is the foundation for your framework to learn on job, right? Okay. You may learn something in your mother tongue language, but when you deal with a client in your localization, that helps your localization of your business. But you may be not using all the time in your business, but that helps you. Those are the foundations which Gen Z's alpha misses.
Okay.
I'll tell you one thing, what they try to do, they go above the foundation and take only one part of the framework, try to implement it and fail it, and say that's not working. They don't go actually with the foundation steps and try to implement it.
How can businesses effectively integrate data-driven strategies to enhance sales and marketing outcomes?
Data has always been there. How do you want to embrace it? It gives you the same outcome.
So what are the core challenges you faced? How do you overcome on everyday basis?
See, I believe always process takes care of people, not people take care of process.